I definitely want to get more into PWG, and then if we do another
Oh,
interview, which
tons there.
because
Tons to talk about there.
and I really want to talk about your time with Championship Wrestling. I feel like there's a ton there to dive into as
Even
well.
more there.
I do want to break down what was your mindset because you were talking about earlier how you didn't necessarily do things you were supposed to do. Like you weren't getting your face seen, you weren't going out and doing that stuff when you were training. Now, fast forward however many years, I want to say it's like 3 years, something like that, something to that effect, maybe two, four, I don't know. But you're talking about how, and I'm talking about right before PWG, maybe not quite when you were there, because once you were there, that put a whole new spotlight on you. But right before then, were you reaching out to companies saying, "Hey, I want to work," or were you waiting for them to come to you? Where was your
No,
mindset there?
I never waited. I would send emails, MySpace messages, AOL, text. I would reach out to everybody and just, I'd get a no and all right, try again. I'll send you a better match next week,
It can't hurt reaching out.
No, no, I can't. And I worked a lot of really bad, like little doo-doo feds, but it didn't matter. It was reps, and occasionally, I would work someone really good there, or and honestly, more importantly, because success in wrestling means nothing to me without the friends I've made. Working some of those really crappy places is where I've made like the best friends I'll ever have. So, like at that point, I was working a lot of bad places just for reps, and I was reaching out to better places, and I was showing face. I was showing up to stuff, even if it was pretty far. I remember my now brother-in-law, he was a wrestler at the time too. Um, he was like, "You got to show up, bro." That honestly, he was really important early on in my career because he could just tell how lazy I was because
And
I
who
was
was
having
this?
good. His name was Alex Saint. He's my brother-in-law now, actually. Yeah, my sister and him have been married for quite a while, and at the time he was just one of my best friends. We were at New Wave together. He was in SoCal Pro, and like he like did everything right, and like I would do a lot of the I was quick to do like the easy stuff. Like, well, I guess it's not easy. People still don't do their emails like they're supposed to. Um, but so I was doing all that, but like showing up to stuff. I was like, bro, I'm not going all the way to LA from San Diego just to meet a promoter. And he's like, when are you gonna meet him then?
Yeah, that's a good
And I was
point.
like, oh, well, you're fucking right. So,
Yeah.
we hop in the car, go watch a show, shake the promoter's hand, let him know, hey, and we kept doing that. I met Scorpio Sky that way. We went to an afternoon show at the AWS wrestling store in the parking lot. Sky was had a question about an action figure. I was just in the store looking at toys after all the boys were in there shopping, all changed out of their gear and shit. And I was like, oh, cool, these guys tore it up. Oh, Sky, like fuck. Oh, like these guys are great, whatever. And he had a question, and then I was just like, oh, blah 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 blah. And I answered, and he went, oh, thanks. Who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm blah blah blah. I'm a wrestler from San Diego. And oh, cool, nice meeting you. And and then here we are. This guy's been one of my best friends now since 2009. Since that show. So making that connection and like meeting some of those wrestlers and making those wrestlers laugh in that little toy store, that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have listened to my brother-in-law and gone with him that day. I wouldn't have made friends with those guys that were PWG guys. So
Yeah.
it's like it was all that's important, and being there and showing face and setting up the rings and all that crap. It sucks, but I mean, man, it's so important. Out of sight, out of mind. Absolutely. You could be putting up the best footage in the world. I mean, nowadays maybe it is different. Maybe that does work. I think sadly it is a little easier in a lot of ways, but also that's how we should want it. It should be better for the generation after us. I don't know why that bothers people so much. If they can get their stuff out there easier, if social media helps. Like obviously, I think you should still try every route, including some of the old school ones. But it's like, who cares? If it's easier
Yeah.
for them to do better, good. Then more people do better and more people are happy, and this should be a good thing.